No, we're quite a ways in now. Really like the bond the team has. It's fun being around these guys. Haven't had camp letdowns like I've seen before. The guys show up to work every day. I think they're hungry, and we're cleaning stuff up little by little. We got a scrimmage tomorrow. We're going to kind of decide the format of that. And then we get a day off, and we're pretty much turning our attention to game one. So a lot of decisions will be made probably after tomorrow. We'll have a pretty good idea, depth chart, not sure when we'll release it, but we'll have a pretty good idea after tomorrow. And then it's about getting the team ready to fly overseas and play.
What's a progress report you give on your quarterbacks right now?
Improvement, steady improvement. I feel good right now that we could go into a game and operate in a way that we could win a game with more than one guy. So I might have more to say after scrimmage tomorrow.
Hey, Coach, did Nicholas Crawford, did he get hurt in camp for you guys?
Yeah, I can announce that we've had a lot of little injuries and guys missing a day or two here and there. DeColdis is going to be out for an extended period of time with a knee injury. So it was in our last scrimmage. It was the only major injury that we got, and felt terrible for him, but he'll come back strong.
You admitted with the media days, as the offensive line goes, may so go your offense a little bit. So how's it going for that group?
It's good. I got to tell you, they're working harder than I've ever seen them work. That's my opinion. That we put a lot of science into this with the NAPL lab and with Zach, and the guys wear monitors that track overall output and 100 other statistics, and they're more than doubling in a lot of cases the amount of effort that they put out the last couple years in practice. A lot has to do with the type of kids we have, and a lot has to do with Donnie and Aaron working with them. They're doing an unbelievable job, and I've been pleased with the way they're playing.
Why have they been doing more? Why has it been more out?
No, more movement, more coming off the ball, more effort, and their indies are tough. Sometimes I get a little frustrated during team because the linemen are dog tired by the time they get to our team drills. So we'll probably have to curtail that as we get into season a little bit, but the work that they've gotten done is extraordinary in camp.
Is the individual drills, was that part of what Rayola presented to you, or was that your idea being incorporated by him?
No, it's all him, and again, we have a GA working there that does a great job too, Aaron Cooling, and when I went out interviewing people, I wanted to find somebody that felt the same way I did about the mentality and technique, and Donnie knows it better than I do, but I loved what he taught, and it's coming to fruition now.
Has Gabe Urban popped right back into that competition after the layoff?
Yeah, Gabe's made a great comeback. Gabe's a better player than he was before he got hurt right now. He actually sat out today. We kind of gave him a rest day because it was flaring up a little, but he looks bigger, faster, hitting holes really hard. Our running back room has really made a giant leap, and it's going to be tough to separate yourself from that group with the guys that we have in that room.
Because you probably can't take 6 or 7 of them to Ireland. So, how hard is this decision going to be in the next group?
We can take a lot to Ireland. We can only suit up so many. But the guys in camp are all doing a good job, and again, I think I'll have more to say about it after tomorrow.
What do you think is the reason why that group is taking the jump, and why there's so many guys vying for a couple spots?
The guys in the program have just continued to work and get better. Ramir's done a great job. Yant's better than he was. Gabe's better than he was. And then we've added a couple really good players with Anthony Grant and A.J. Allen and Emmett, and I think the competition has spurred them to play harder, and Coach Applewhite demands a lot out of those guys. He coaches them hard, and he's getting a lot out of them.
Marcus Washington arrived in the summer, so he didn't have that spring ball experience. What's that picture look like to you?
He's done a great job. Honestly, he's been better than I expected. He's been a great teammate. He's worked hard. He's shown up on special teams, so that says a lot about his character. He's a really good player, and usually when you get a new player in the program, it takes a while to learn. It's quicker if you've played a lot of football, and a lot of it becomes translation, and you've seen things before, you've been coached on things before. He definitely was ahead of the curve as far as coming in and picking things up.
Speaking of new, Devin Drew, not quite a week yet. How is he coming along?
Good. I really only got a chance to watch him one day because he had to go through acclimatization, and he didn't have pads on when we had pads on, and haven't watched the tape from today yet. But he does show up. He's a twitchy athlete for being an inside guy, and I think he's going to add to what we have there and definitely be in the mix. He's got a lot to work on to make sure he knows what he's doing.
How do you feel you're kicking and punting with the guys?
Feel great about kicker and punter right now, which puts a smile on my face to say. And I think we've got several that can do it and have been doing really well in camp. So, again, it's different when the lights are on in a soccer stadium, but what I've seen from them, we're going to be vastly improved, and having Bill Bush in that role full-time where he can actually coach is making a difference too, just having everybody on the same page and getting work at those things. So it's no secret we needed to make a lot of improvement in the special teams area, and hopefully we have.
You guys will open on grass. Have you done a lot of work on the grass this fall? You start to transition to more grass here in these final 2 weeks?
Yeah, we kind of kept it on turf for the first 2 weeks and kind of staggered inside and outside. You got to kind of balance that with getting them acclimated to the heat, but also not running them down in the middle of camp. And the fresher we could keep them, the more we could get out of them, and the better practices we could have. Yesterday we started going on grass almost exclusively. We were all on grass today. I have no idea what the turf will be like over there. I'm assuming it'll be really good. But we need to get used to the cuts and types of things that you can do on grass. And we'll be out there for the most part from here until we leave for Ireland.
Back to the offensive line for a second. Hindsight's 2020, right? In hindsight, was there a reason you didn't make some of the changes you wanted to make sooner?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that, Sam. I have too much respect for people that were here before that are great coaches. This just fits what I believe in better.
Has the running back style changed a little bit too as a result?
That's a big difference too. I mean, I talk about the O-line. When you got good running backs, they make O-lines look good, and we're definitely better in the running back room because of the kids in there and the coach. And we're throwing the ball downfield maybe a little more, and that backs people up and makes things look better. So you can't point to one player or one coach or one group. I'm just pleased with the progress that I see.
Do you foresee Turner Corcoran's setback being anything long term?
No, he missed a couple days. He was back out there the last 2.
You mentioned you're talking about Marcus Washington. Is there some other guys who've kind of popped or maybe even surprised at wide receiver?
A lot of guys doing well at wide receiver. I always hate saying names because I'm afraid I'm going to miss some people. But Alante Brown's doing good things. Oliver's doing good things. Ty Hahn's a really good football player. Wyatt Lever looks more explosive than I've ever seen him. Brody Belt can play a lot of different things for us. There's some young guys doing well. DeColdis was and Wood is. And again, I'm not trying to leave anybody out. Omar is doing some wonderful things. So again, I think we're deeper there than we've ever been with guys that are capable of going on the field, and I think we're going to be able to keep our best on the field when we need to and rotate and feel like there's not much of a drop-off.
How many players will you travel to Ireland, and how many will dress out for that game? You mentioned that earlier.
Well, it's a conference game, so we're subject to the conference number when we're shooting players up. We're going to take everybody that was in camp, so 110 to Ireland. Some won't be able to dress.
You were practicing the triple option a lot. You went to practice on Tuesday. Is that something that you want to see as a focus for your offense?
Well, we did a lot of it last year. Did a lot of it against Northwestern, and it's been really good to us. So we'll see.